Yeah, cool. I wanted to actually touch on, that's kind of where I wanted to go next, is to the nutrition side. I want to hear a little bit about your philosophies of nutrition and like general statements, but I'm also very curious, you know, for how you actually help someone that's active military, like on base, like that situation you were talking about earlier, like packaged foods and stuff like that. Like, how do you coach someone on nutrition in a situation like that? Because we all know, like, oh, healthy, whole foods, protein focused, like, oh, cool. But when you're in a situation where you're very, I don't want to use the word secluded, but you have limited options.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure you don't have an HEB on the Garrison or nothing, do you? Like,
they have something called the PX. It's like a small little mini mart grocery store kind of thing.
what's that? What is that an acronym for?
I honestly have no idea.
Oh, it's just PX. It's just
I
called
think it's just PX.
Okay, gotcha.
I have no idea. It's like a Marine Corps mart, pretty much, right?
Okay, cool.
So since the PX has, of course, it's like a grocery store, so there's on-base housing as well. That's why that's there. A lot of the barracks Marines still can't really cook like chicken breast and salmon and turkey or whatever because they're not allowed to have hot plates in the barracks. Yeah.
So they don't have no kitchen.
They have a microwave, and I think you're allowed to have a toaster. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but it's pretty much it. They have like their sink, their bathroom, and then like you can have a microwave on it. But yeah, and a mini fridge. You have a mini fridge. Yeah,
Hot Pockets,
pretty much, right?
There we go.
But it's definitely a lot harder to do. A lot of it is still, like I said, somewhat prepackaged foods, like keeping a watch on like sodium intake, of course. But a lot of tunas, eggs, because you can microwave eggs. You know, like you can just whisk it up, like make egg whites or like whisk up eggs, microwave it for a couple minutes, and it still comes out as
like a scrambled egg.
Yeah,
I've done it. It's been a while, but I have done that.
Yeah, but you know, like if you don't have any other option, you got your eggs. You can buy like shredded chicken, rotisserie chickens, like that kind of stuff. I give the breakdown when it comes to how much proteins, carbs, fats they need, like in their meal program, like their diet broken down for them, and how much grams or ounces they would need of each individual thing. You know, it does make it a lot harder, but I go through and I give very specific like brands and like breakdowns of like the meats and the certain breads and all that kind of stuff and how we go about it. Put all that in the app and then program it, and they just
because you know exactly what they have at the PX.
Yeah.
Dude, that sounds tough. I mean, what I'm hearing here is that no matter what your situation is, like
there's no excuses.
There's always a way.
I was gonna say I love the creativity.
Yeah.
Like, I have a question later on, but you guys go on. I don't want to.
You sure? Yeah, go ahead.
The question really was, I guess, how have you carried over some of the creativity of being a personal trainer basically in the Army to like helping just civilians? Like, you know, they'll come up with, oh man, I don't know what to eat or whatever, and you're like, dude, I had people eating like eggs out of the microwave. You know, it's like, dude, I could get you something. So like, I guess, how do you think that's helped?
Honestly, it helps out a lot just because in the aspect of people that say don't know how to cook, right? Simplicity, right? What really matters is getting the macros in, your proteins, your fats, your carbs. Okay, making sure we're hitting these numbers, as well as, you know, getting in your micronutrients, that side of things, giving them like a simplistic breakdown on that, and then having them say, hey, we can add our seasonings into it, of course, or we can add certain sauces. I'll give them like a list of sauces they could use, like the G. Hughes brand, you know, like over at Walmart, sugar-free, zero calorie, that kind of stuff. Super simple that way, or we can make it more creative and like add like your onions, your peppers, your the whatever protein, like all the seasonings and sauces, I'll give them a breakdown on that as well. They just, all through communication, I have people that say, I don't know how to cook chicken, you know? And so like, I'll give a full explanation on how to do it, as well as what to put on it, and there you go, right? So super simple, or we can make it complicated. You know, it really just depends on how they want to go about it. Just communication is key about all, you know, just let me know, hey, I can do this or I can't.
Yeah. I noticed that you said you had your client tape herself off too. Is that like a common thing that you do with all of your clients, kind of like bringing that back? Because I've heard of personal trainers like doing weigh-ins and check-ins, but I've never heard of someone having them physically tape themselves off. So, but I do like that though.
So the reason why I do that is because of that exact client, right? Is because she was paying too much attention to the number on the scale, and she's still making progress. Like she made amazing progress. She lost a couple inches off her waist, but she didn't look like she lost a whole lot off the scale itself, right? So that alone allowed her to see the number difference, know that she lost body fat, and it brought back the motivation to continue.